I'm not muted anymore, and neither are you guys. Hello, everyone.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Jeez
What
Louise.
we got, Jake?
This has been a. Oh, jeez, I froze everything. Oh, no, we're back. Oh, maybe not. This is.
Oh, no.
Oh my God! I just want to scream for how how
Then
much.
scream into a pillow.
Oh, hey,
Go
no,
grab
we're
a
here.
pillow, bud.
We're here. We're all here. Everybody, wave your hands. Jordan, thanks for waving your hands. Appreciate that, Jordan.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
I was looking at the video.
Right, I got it.
It's a slow start. Slow start for us.
Who's all here? I don't know. It looks like Joey's here right now. I have no idea how many people are in here. It doesn't matter. Every time I were to hide the mock draft so people don't need to see it, we all freeze. And I don't. Oh, there you go. All right, we're back. We're good. This is gonna be a little clunky here. We just have so many different things. It's fine.
We got graphics though. See, we're adding a new layer into the pod, which is graphics.
It's just.
And I like it. I like the direction we're headed.
It's chaos, Jordan. It's chaos.
I also love it because Jake is the one who has to deal with it. That's mostly why I like
Yeah,
it.
it's chaos for one of us.
Oh,
Yep.
Jesus. John says, "Hey, what's up, Broncos?" Still
What up,
suck.
John?
Yeah. Oh man, it's just been. Yeah, we have a lot of graphics, so we're going to throw these graphics up. They're going to be great when we're talking about it. Then when I put the draft back on, everything will probably freeze again.
And then we'll have it fixed.
And then we'll have it fixed, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah, be great.
It'll be good. It's called development. It's called something. We need,
Progress.
I'm still learning to use this program and everything, and there's 1.5 million things that are hidden, and just to see, there's a logo back there I took down, and it's a lot.
It's all right.
It's a lot.
Hey, we'll figure it out. Last year we did 40 episodes, so
Yeah,
you have 40 episodes to figure it out.
Yeah, but okay.
Hey, hate to be that guy. I'm going to use the restroom real quick so we
Are
don't
you
have a
serious?
disappearance.
Oh
Would you rather
my
me leave
gosh.
in the middle of the episode again or what?
Adam.
Again?
This part goes up on the YouTube channel. You realize this part
Yeah,
we're
that's
talking
fine.
right now.
It's a human function. What?
Oh my God.
All right, mute yourself and get out of here, Adam.
All right, see it.
Okay.
Nuts and bolts. Oh yeah, Cody got screwed. I do like the Roman win though. Did you watch WrestleMania, Jordan?
No, but when you asked me who I thought was going to win, I did say Roman when you
He
just
did.
gave me options, and I didn't know what to say.
He did win.
That was what I said.
He did win
so.
because they're going to give him 1,000 days, and then after 1,000 days, that's when he'll start losing, or he might lose. That's my prediction, at least.
Is WrestleMania? Maybe this is offensive. Is that the scripted one?
Yes, it is.
Ah, okay.
My dogs are barking. Sweet.
Oh,
Why not? Why not? This is fine. I like how anyone who's listening to this later is like, "What graphics are they talking about?"
yeah.
And if you are listening to it later, jump on in during the live. We're on our Facebook page at the Next Fantasy Football Podcast. Hey, nice shirt or nice sweatshirt, by the way. That's a nice sweatshirt.
Thanks, man.
Not you. Oh yeah, actually yes, you. Both of you. Can we get a sweatshirt that combines the two? Because that would look really sick.
That'd be cool.
That would look sick. All right.
Interesting.
Jordan, can you pull up the YouTube, see how many people are in here? How many are watching? I know we got two. Two for sure. Two's fine. It doesn't matter, I guess, but there's two. All right, love it. Well, you two, congratulations. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We're actually doing... It's scripted, just like the NFL.
Yeah.
It's appreciate you guys hanging around the video. The videos are actually doing relatively well. I mean, we have 3 up there, and they're averaging right around 30 views, and then the listens are about the same too. Well, they're a little less, but can't expect someone to watch it and listen to it.
Yeah.
Yes, we can, guys.
But yeah, I mean that's appreciate.
Good. I think just wider reach, and now that we're adding graphics in, people are gonna want.
Yeah, we're gonna have a
join
poll.
the lives.
We're gonna
join
have
the
a
live,
poll
watch the
coming
videos.
up. So Jordan's hitting the buttons this time. So Jordan, when you are ready, why don't you just start us out?
Oh, I get to lead. I get to host.
Why don't you? No. You don't get to host. You get to lead
host.
because you have the play button, and you may also close it out.
Wow.
John and Joey, you guys can obviously see how excited Jordan
This is so
was.
much power. Wow.
He hasn't stopped smiling. Look at that.
All right, I'm getting ready. Let's do it. All right. And away Welcome back to the Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Jordan, your host today.
No.
And I would like to introduce you to my friend Jake. How you doing, buddy?
Well, I am your host today. I just don't have the play button. But I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Great. Could not ask for a better day. Coach, Adam, what's up?
How we doing, boys? Jordan, just happy that you're back in the captain's chair.
Oh, God.
The con, I think, is what they said with the Star Trek reference there. So Captain Jordan, I'm all yours.
Oh, he saluted for the people not watching, which you should be watching on YouTube. We're live right now. We got a few people in here hanging out. Plus, we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff here, and we're going to have some graphics up. So if you wanted to watch it along with us, you still can, even after listening. If you want to look back and ask what were they talking about? What are these really nice things Jordan made? Go back on the YouTube page, check it out. Come on, Jordan, host.
Oh, I thought for real?
No, you can't.
Yay,
no,
okay.
No, I was kidding. You're not allowed to. All right, so we're gonna start out.
Wasted my chance.
Yep, that was just. Oh God, mute yourself. So today we're going to be breaking down a mock draft. It is by, I don't have it over here on my side, but it is, well, I'm going to pull it up. Chris Trapasso, I don't know. He is a guy on CBS Sports, so he is a legit drafting guy. Analyst is the word I'm looking for there. Analyst,
yep.
Yeah. But first,
just like us.
But just like us. But first, we instead of a game today, I get a bit of a competition, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we'll be throwing it up on the poll for you guys to vote. But it is what's going on this week, Adam. There's a big thing that's happening.
If you've slept under a rock for I don't know, your whole life, it is Masters Week. A tradition unlike any other, as the wise Jim Nantz always says. And it's beautiful. It's glorious. I plan to play at Augusta before I die, so I better get, getting to know congresswomen and congressmen really quick. Otherwise, it'll never happen. But the Masters Week, it's a phenomenal time. Arguably the most important tournament in the league calendar, even though there's arguably more important ones. But one of the four majors and Masters is just so phenomenal. So much history. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful course.
Can we just acknowledge that it is the most important one? It is. I mean, maybe not by how much money you could make, but it's the points. One. I know, but it's. You grow up playing golf. It's the one you want to win. No one's like, God, I want to win the U.S. Open.
You want a caddy wearing those white suits.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
you want the jacket.
Before we get into what we were going to do, two things. One, backpedaling a little. Someone just in the chat said, make sure you mention my epic win. That is my beautiful wife who won the March Madness tournament and will be getting a free t-shirt. I asked her do I actually have to buy you one? And she goes, absolutely, I'm going to design my own. So it's going to be expensive. So congratulations.
Oh, wow, Caitlin, great job. Can we get this rolling, please?
Okay, congratulations, Caitlin.
Also, calling UConn as the winner, though, people didn't do that.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, we got to give it.
In fair, it was a good final. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to it because Don had San Diego State winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a close one. Congratulations. Enough of that. Let me ask you guys a question. I am not much of a golfer, okay? I've never had the opportunity to golf, so maybe that's why. But you two are avid golfers, would you not say?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are getting married this Saturday. And you win an opportunity to go golfing at Augusta with Jim Nantz. Would say it's a tiny wedding, so there is a slight chance. Would you ask your fiance to postpone your wedding?
Yes, I would. And this is coming from a guy who is single right now. So any lady listeners out there, humble plug. I think I'm a romantic. I think if my future wife to be loves me enough, she would understand this is the opportunity of a lifetime, which she could probably fire back. Well, so is marrying me.
Nah.
I'd do it.
Okay. You'd ask. You'd be told no, but
Jordan. Yeah, I would. I would not.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Jordan and I, as two married men, absolutely not. I would not. Nope. But I understand. By the way, boys, if we ever have the opportunity to go to Augusta, somehow you have the opportunity to play, I would absolutely caddy for both of you.
Oh, great. Okay.
No offense, Jake. I want a caddy who knows the course, so I would politely decline your offer.
You can be my caddy. Yeah. And we will lose. That is what will happen.
It doesn't matter. You're playing Augusta.
Yeah, but I want to score well.
Okay.
True.
All right. So, hey, I'm taking back over the hosting because we are getting extremely sidetracked. All right, Jake. So at the Masters, I just learned this week actually because Jake and Adam told me, and maybe I'm someone who is new to learning this, but the winner of the Masters the next year gets to pick the dinner that everyone has. So I think that was tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Scotty got to pick the meal. So for this year's Masters, so we put together our. If we won the Masters, what would be our meal? And so Jake has some graphics for us.
Yes, I just want to say thank you, Jordan, for making these. They look very official. And we want you to tell us what is the better menu. Oh, excuse me. We're going to put it on the post or on the Facebook page. The pictures and then the poll, and you tell us which one's better, all right? So why don't we start? Which one of you guys wants to go first? I'll let one of you go first.
I want to go last.
I'll go first.
Adam, tell people about your Masters dinner.
Okay, so not only do you get to pick the food at the Masters, you also get to pick a beverage that I'm sure not everyone will enjoy. I don't know about former Masters champions. Like, I don't know all the meals, but I'm sure some guys have picked, like, Manhattans or something terrible tasting. I'm going with a Bloody Mary because being from the North and the Midwest, people love a good Bloody Mary. I'm going to go with that for my drink.
Hold on. You need to explain to the people what a Wisconsin Bloody Mary is, though. What does that entail?
Tito's vodka. You can't go with Fleischmann's in this case. Or jalapeno vodka. I like a spicy Bloody Mary. So I understand not everyone likes spice, but I like spicy Bloody Marys. If you're in a pinch and you don't have jalapeno Bloody Mary or vodka, you can go with some Tabasco sauce. That's okay to go with your vodka. Tito's is top of the line vodka that people enjoy. You need celery salt. Okay, that is a non-negotiable. You need it. If someone gives you tomato juice and vodka, it's not Bloody Mary. It's disgusting. Okay, you need celery salt. You need some other seasonings of your choice. I'm not a big fan of what's it called? Oh,
olives.
No, olives are great. Include olives, mushrooms, pickles. Yep.
Sausage.
A sausage stick. Yep. No
bacon,
cheese.
Maybe.
Bacon would be great.
A whole roast chicken.
No, but a little slider on top. I've had one of the Bloody Mary with that on there.
Yeah.
Worcestershire sauce. Some people put that in Bloodies. Horribly overrated. Not worth it. But you need Zing Zang. That is my favorite Bloody Mary mix, non-negotiable. If they have Mr. and Mrs. T's or like V8, not worth it. So you need Zing Zang, okay, in your life. Get a little zing in your life and go for gold.
Zing, then zang. We get it. Yeah, keep going.
Yep. Doctor it up. So anyway, that's my drink. Course one would be a classic American choice, barbecue bacon burgers with onion rings on top, bacon. If you want cheese, that's fine. And then good bacon, obviously. Newski's. I mean, if you're a Wisconsinite, maybe you know Newski's. That's really good bacon. Maybe that's just a northern Wisconsin thing. But anyway, good barbecue bacon burger with cheese curds as a side, deep fried cheese curds. None of that squeaky cold stuff. That's disgusting. Course two, pizza made to order. So whatever you want for pizza, thick crust, thin crust, New York style, Chicago style, pepperoni sauce, whatever. Just go pizza, man.
No, great. It very specifically says you can either have cheese pepperoni, or supreme?
Yeah, I made the graphic, Adam.
Jordan,
I didn't realize it was made to order.
Well, it didn't say that. So, anyways,
you gotta give the people what they want. All right, anyway.
Points deducted.
Fine.
Keep going.
Pizza, great. Course 3, you got to wash it down, right? And it's not going to be an alcoholic beverage. It's going to be a classic milkshake of your choice, unless you only said chocolate and vanilla.
No, he just wrote milkshake.
Milkshake.
That's good. All right, now we're doing okay. So you wash it down with some milkshakes, and then you have a good time with your buddies, and that's my 3-course master's meal.
I like it. I like this is a meal you're eating while you're shooting the stuff with. See, I'm not going to swear this episode.
The breeze,
shooting the breeze with your fellow winners, right?
Yeah.
This is one where you don't have to sit there. You could stand up and just chit chat the whole time. It's a casual one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I like that you called in Wisconsin. It's kind of like you win the Masters, and you're bringing in some hometown
homeland
flavor.
You got to represent.
I like it. I dig it. Yeah.
All right, Jordan, you want me to go next?
Yeah.
All right. So I went ahead and went with the bourbon old fashioned. I think there's just nothing you can do, or not. There's no better drink in my opinion. I love a good bourbon old fashioned. I don't care if you don't like one. You can have water. Okay.
So that's all you're serving at the open bar is bourbon old fashioned. You know how much sugar's in those things, man? Come on.
You're like, at least there's fruit in mine. Love a good bourbon old fashioned, and it is bourbon, not what is brandy, not brandy.
Or whiskey.
I always get the two mixed up.
Bourbon is whiskey. My bad. I'm sorry.
What's the popular one in Wisconsin? Brandy?
Brandy old fashioned,
okay.
Yeah. But that's just wrong.
I agree. And I also didn't say whether or not it'd be sweet or not. That's up to the preference.
Oh, so you have 3 choices. Sweet, not sweet, water. Those are your 3 choices.
And then for the app, so I went, 3-course meal here. I went the garden Caesar salad. Just something simple, right? Light, a light salad. Who doesn't? I should have put dressings on here. Gave options. This just says so you get a dry salad.
Wow, nothing says party like a good old salad.
Well, I am sitting down at my meal because this is serious. All right, then we're gonna go a smoked seared ribeye for the main. So we're cooking it 2 different ways. Then we got asparagus, and then it's on a bed of mashed potatoes. You can't get better than that. I also love asparagus. I could eat. Is it a bushel of asparagus? A
bundle?
A bundle? I don't know. Everyone's pee is going to be smelling real bad.
And come on, man.
It's true.
Classless.
It's the Masters. And then for dessert, I'm going to go double chocolate molten lava cake. I was reading about this because I had to Google things, right? And I'm not exactly sure what makes it double chocolate, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because that's just
okay.
Oh, it's just golden. Just golden. So that's my menu.
It's good.
Solid menu.
Jordan, you ready?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, yours looks a lot fancier. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, well, I made the graphics, so. For my meal, it is full of puns.
It's party food.
So it is the party food, if you will.
Oh my lord!
At the Masters. For a drink, we are serving exclusively Arnold Palmer's. So the perfect combination of iced tea and lemonade.
I think that's a little too on the nose.
There is no water. It is just on the peas. Yep. For a starter, you're going to have a mixed green salad. Get it? Greens?
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, so that'll be good. Then you have 2 choices, the fish option and the meat option. You got fish and chips, like you're chipping the ball.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good, yep. And then you got a T-bone steak.
I hate this game.
That's pretty good. And then for dessert, it's obviously your donut hole in ones.
I like how under that one he wrote
delicious.
I love it. Simply delicious.
Oh man, served in honor of Jordan.
So you guys will appreciate the menu. So Jake, you got to post these because I actually found the menu that they're serving for the Master Dinner for Scotty, and I just took out all of the things that he had and I put all of our stuff on it. So you have the official menus that you can vote on.
So we're gonna post.
So Jordan, first off, I want to just point out you win based on the puns as an avid golfer.
Absolutely,
I love it.
Yeah.
Secondly, when the FBI shows up at your house for doctoring the menu of the Masters, I don't know you. I'm sorry. I don't know anyone named Jordan.
We're gonna get a big copyright strike on this video.
Podcast disbanded.
Yeah.
All right. So that was fun, Jordan. Again, thank you for making these.
Thanks, man.
These graphics. We're gonna post them, and then we're gonna put up a poll. We're gonna do that probably. I'll do it tomorrow, Thursday, and you tell us who won. It's a gentleman's wager, so obviously I won.
Subway footlong or $1?
Well, usually we do $1.50 of a Subway sub.
That's true.
All right, so we'll do that. The winner gets $1.50 of a Subway sub.
Love it.
Love it a lot.
I would like to point out, though, a little cheap that Jordan put 2 mains. That wasn't the directions. Just saying. It was a main.
But they need choices, Jake.
No, you barely get water at mine.
Jordan, the people wanted choices for their pizza, and you only gave me cheese, pepperoni, and supreme. So,
all right, moving on. We're 15 minutes into this. We got to start talking about football.
All right. So what we did here is we got a mock draft. We got a mock draft. We're gonna go through this and just kind of tell you guys what we think about it. Do we like the pick? We'll talk more about the offensive people, obviously, and then next week we're gonna do our own mock draft. So we'll do a little research because we're gonna have to put the defensive guys in there. This mock draft does not have any trades, so I think that's worth mentioning. So Jets still.
Hey, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Don, our greatest fan.
Don't say that.
I know he's one of our greatest
An OG.
fans. Said Adam wins with his puny menu.
Oh well, we'll see.
Love it.
No.
Don.
I'm saying with the punny menu.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
that's
no, puny.
That's my menu, Don. So thank you. I appreciate that.
I think Jake did well. All right. Oh no, ads.
Yep.
Hold on. We are not sponsored. All right, here we go. All right. Got to bring it back here. Hold on, put it back together. All right, so why don't we start with the very first overall pick? I think that's a big question. I think C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young is going to be one of these first 2 picks. We always thought it was Bryce Young. Then Carolina traded up, and now everyone's talking about C.J. Stroud. And now he has Bryce Young going first. What do you think, Jordan?
It's going to be, like, to me, it's going to be a coin toss. Carolina obviously has they own that pick. They get to do whatever they want with it. They are in control. I think it's going to be CJ Stroud, but I don't think you can go wrong with either, to be honest.
Who's the better Adam, you evaluate people. Who's the better quarterback in your opinion? Who would you draft?
You know, I would probably pick Stroud just because he I don't know. He has the prototype of an NFL quarterback more than Bryce Young. You know, I'm not big on that. If the guy's a gamer, he's a gamer. But ultimately, Bryce Young plays at Bama, and I never trust an Alabama quarterback unless it's biting the bullet here, but unless it's Jalen Hurts. But Bryce Young, I don't think he's the guy there. Number one, I think it's Stroud. But again, like Jordan said, they own the rights to the pick. If it's young, it's young. I think both those guys, honestly, are so close in their potential. But I would pick Stroud there.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. Whichever one doesn't go first here is going to go second, right? I like Bryce Young. I think he's the best thrower in this draft. And the only reason people are poo-pooing on him is because he's 5'10"?
Yeah, he's 9,200 pounds, though.
I get it.
Like, who are other small quarterbacks that have had huge success? Like Drew Brees.
Oh, don't do this.
Kyler Murray.
Don't do this whole, you're shorter
Russell Wilson before Denver.
Yeah.
It's just so limited. I guess what in my head and what I'm trying to think of is like you said, Adam, like the size, and he's still an elite player is CJ Stroud.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. This mock does have trades. My bad. So here we are.
Oh, great. Love it.
Let's move in. CJ Stroud, we just talked about him going to Houston. I think Houston would be happy with this. I think Houston would be happy with Bryce Young. They're in a nice spot, actually, where you could get either one and not worry about it.
The decision's made for you.
Yeah, I think those two are easily the top two. But yeah, C.J. Stroud, you go in there immediately be the starter. They signed a veteran, Case Keenum, right? Went to
Yep.
Does Case Keenum start over
C.J.
Stroud?
It's a return to Houston, by the way, for Case.
No, Jake, we've already talked about this.
I know.
Absolutely not. No, Case Keenum will not start.
Okay, well.
No.
What? It's either Davis Mills or Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud, buddy.
Yeah. Does that mean Davis Mills gets cut? Because they're not going to cut Keenum. And you only take 2 guys on your active roster. I don't know. All right, let's get to our first. Oh my gosh, this draft. All right, our first trade of the day. We got Tennessee coming up to pick 3 in this mock draft. I don't think it shows the details of said trade, does it?
No, I'm sure it's first swaps
and
then
swaps
something in the future.
So they went ahead and took Anthony Richardson with the 3rd pick, and then the next pick, Indianapolis takes Will Levis. So I guess that's my question: who is your 3rd quarterback? Or who would you rather have?
Personally, I would rather have Richardson over Young, but that's just me.
Over who?
I think
over Bryce Young.
Yes.
Oh,
and
tell us why.
The only thing is that their tape, his tape is so similar to Pat Mahomes. They both had okay college careers, right? Richardson playing in the SEC, Pat Mahomes playing in the Big 12, and they had okay college careers. But when you look at the throws that some of that Richardson made in college, phenomenal. Like,
who else is phenomenal? Bryce Young.
Stuff you can't coach with Richardson, and I would take Richardson over Young. I really would.
You can't knock Young because he has Nick Saban.
No, I knock Young because he's on Alabama with a NFL lineup, and they went 10-2.
Yeah, and Florida lost a bunch of games. But you can't.
Yeah, and Florida sucks.
Clearly.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that's not what we're debating here.
No.
Right?
Can I just say though, the 4 quarterbacks in a row there—that is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Whoever
that would be really interesting.
For CBS Sports, this guy.
Why wouldn't that be possible?
There's no way it happens. You can book. No, it's not worth a book it. But 4 quarterbacks, 1 through 4.
Well,
no way.
3 of the top 4 need a pick or need a quarterback.
There's no way it's 4 in a row. I tell you.
Why do you keep saying that? It makes perfect sense why you have the first 2 go. Indianapolis is taking 1, so if you want your guy, you just have to jump to 3.
Hold on. You're telling me that all 4 of those teams don't know that there's way better quarterbacks next year's draft, and they're okay sucking for 1 more year?
Well, Caleb Williams is going to be very good.
And so will Drake May.
Great. They need quarterbacks now.
I did see an interesting mock that had the Texans not taking a quarterback.
I saw that as well.
And I thought that was interesting for that exact reason, Adam. First it's D'Amico Ryans. He's there. He's a defensive guy. Their defense is terrible in Houston. So it was a little bit like we have Case and Davis Mills. Let's muddle through another season and get Caleb Williams. Yep. So I don't know if that's...
And Jake, just to throw shade at Trey Lance for you here, you don't need a quarterback now if you have seen other guys or other teams take a guy that's a mistake.
I hear you. To answer the question earlier, I like Will Levis. I really do. I think he's 3rd. I like the size. He gives me Josh Allen vibes. He's tall, big cannon of an arm, can run the ball. That's his ceiling. I have to run to the chat here. Jordan, someone from your house has a question. Do you know what it says? Jordan's house. No idea.
Don't know who that is.
All right, we'll answer that later. It's a trade question, but I just was curious if you knew. And then Joey, we'll get to that in a sec because I have a lot of comments about that. So we have 4 quarterbacks going first. I think people are chasing with Anthony Richardson. They're chasing the Lamar Jackson thing. They see he can run fast, so they're like, "Ooh, I want him." I get it. And Tennessee would be a great spot too, because Tennessee's not a bad football team. Plus, if you could sit behind Ryan Tannehill for a year, I think that's the situation. Because Tannehill, they can't cut him yet, but after this upcoming year, they could save like $30 million or something like that by cutting him. And if you watched Malik Willis last year, oofda, it was not good. So,
hey, I just have one thing to say about Levis. Jake, I want to preface this that I agree with you. I really like Will Levis. I really do. But I heard an interesting comment from the herd, and I know how Jake feels about Colin Cowherd. I really like Colin Cowherd.
have you ever had to listen to him?
No, but he brought an analyst on the show, and the analyst said, who is the last successful sculpted quarterback? Like a guy that looks like a bodybuilder? Josh Allen doesn't look like a bodybuilder. Like he's not sculpted. Like great.
That's not analysis.
Such a bad talking
I'm
point.
just saying.
That's not analysis.
That's an interesting thing to say. Like who is the last sculpted quarterback? Aaron Rodgers isn't sculpted. Tony Romo for sure
such a bad
Big
take.
Ben looks like me.
Adam, this
Big
is
Ben
such a bad
not
take.
Sculpted.
So you mean to tell me these guys you are putting out in the universe a negative on him because he has abs?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's ridiculous.
I hate that.
No, hold on. Let me backtrack.
Terrible take.
I like Will Levis, but maybe there's something to that.
There's
I don't know.
not. All right. Jordan, tell us why Will Levis to the Colts would be good, though.
I think that definitely makes sense. I think the only thing that I would love to see here is them trade that to the Ravens and get Lamar. That would just make me so happy because if you're going to take a quarterback at the fourth overall pick, you might as well send it away and get a known commodity in Lamar. But they definitely need a quarterback. They got a new offensive coordinator. A new head coach who was the offensive coordinator from the Eagles. So I think they just new scheme. They're kind of resetting a little bit. They got young receivers, young running back. And so I like that. I think they got to take a quarterback there. I think Arizona has the best pick in the whole draft right now at number 3 because they don't need it.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
What?
I'm laughing.
No, Joey, I know why Jake's laughing. Joey, I am envious of Levis. All right?
In the chat, and the guys, this is why you should be here live, so you can be part of this, so you know why we're laughing. Joey says, sounds like Adam's a bit envious of Levis. Envious. Yes.
Anyway, as I was saying, the perfect point I was making was Arizona has the best pick in the draft right now because everyone's going to want to jump to number 3 to get
Agreed.
one of these guys,
100%.
and they don't need it. They
100%.
can trade back. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts try and trade up one spot. I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee comes up. I wouldn't be surprised if Buccaneers try and come up. There's so many teams that I could see trying to make this jump to get a quarterback there. So the top 4, I like.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely 100%, 0 being nothing. What number would you give for Arizona trading out of that spot at 3?
Well, because I know Arizona is like a poorly run franchise, I'm going to give it like a 2 or a 3. It should be like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
So we're going to get some defensive guys here. We're just going to jump through it. Give us a little, any analysis you got here. Because we're going to keep to the fantasy guys, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it next week. Next we got Seattle at pick 5 with Will Anderson Jr. He's the best player in this draft, in my opinion.
Agreed.
He is a wrecker. Coming off the edge, like if you're at 5 and you get at Seattle and you get him, it just feels so good. Like I'd feel so great.
And it's because you gave away Russell Wilson, so even better.
Then we got is it Devin Witherspoon, or is it? Yeah.
Yep.
What do you guys know? Anything? He'd be the first corner going off pick 6. That's pretty early for a corner.
But to be fair, I've heard he really is solid, and the Lions already reworked their secondary a little bit. So adding a really good young guy out of Illinois would be good. I mean, the Lions are trying to shore up their secondary, which I think was their weakest point last year on defense.
Yep.
So I think that'd be good because they're set up to succeed right now.
Yep. They got as Packer fans watching Detroit a lot. They got some ballers back there in the secondary, young guys too. Then we got pick 7, the Raiders. Obviously, they missed out on all the quarterbacks, so they went with the first tackle, Paris Johnson Jr. out of Ohio State. I think that he is the best tackle, in my opinion. He's the best tackle in this draft. And listen, if you strike out on the quarterbacks here, then you should get your lineman, right? Get the one that's going to be good because you're probably not going to be all that good next year. And then you
got to protect Jimmy G.
Yeah, and you can draft a quarterback next year or whatever it is, right? And anything you can do to try to keep Jimmy Garoppolo on his feet, you should do.
For 17 games?
Yeah, which he will do. I believe I booked that.
You did book that he'll play all the games,
Correct.
so you better pray they take this tackle. And
you just watch. He's gonna like strain his calf and be out for 1 week. And like,
I hope you didn't bet your house in Vegas, Jake.
I did not. So we got pick 8, Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. This is the one that Houston, in that mock draft Jordan was referring to earlier, Houston went ahead and took him at pick 2. I think I like Will Anderson, right? I think he's the best edge rusher in this draft. I don't think Tyree Wilson's far behind, and I also don't think wouldn't be shocked if he was the best. Like 3 years from now, right?
I think he's rising a lot of draft boards right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets much closer to Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Or someone has, like, one of these teams has him higher.
Yeah.
But
anything on that one, Adam?
Good pick. Atlanta needs everybody. Just best available, take them.
It's well known in the NFL right now. You need a great edge rusher, so not a bad pick.
I mean, they have
another great pick to trade away for Lamar. By the way,
they don't want
Atlanta.
Him. It's nuts.
That's
pay
dumb.
the man.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Chicago at pick 9, taking the best receiver in this draft, Jackson Smith. Last name I can never pronounce. I'm not even gonna try it. I'll learn it for next week. Don't worry, guys. Anyways, he's the receiver out of Ohio State. This dude's so good. Do you see them though taking another receiver?
No,
not another receiver, but like they just got DJ Moore. You have, I think this podcast, all three of us are pretty high on Darnell Mooney. So I mean, he's very capable too. Chase Claypool is a very capable 3, right? Because this would push Claypool to the receiver 4.
Yeah,
would kill the Equanimous St. Brown owners.
I will say this though, like I also agree with you guys. Not the best pick here, but if they would, it's not that bad. Like I mean, it's really.
I'd be surprised.
Why not add more? It would be, but
you gotta take an offensive lineman. You gotta take an offensive lineman.
I thought
Justin
Darnell.
I'm just saying it's more firepower, and why not? Maybe you got a good tackle that you're high on that could fall to the second. You know, who knows?
Yeah, I agree. You gotta take a lineman, and you know Darnell Wright is already sitting here. Joy in the chat was just saying that he's getting a lot of hype for the best offensive tackle in this draft. You have to take him because you have to build around. You've already addressed receiver for Justin Fields. Now keep him upright. Definitely an odd pick there. I do think he's the best receiver in this draft, though. But this would be for me, not a good landing spot.
And it's not like he even fell too far that like you would be like, oh, I'm tempted to take him. I don't know about that, but I wouldn't be mad if it happened.
Yeah.
It just seems like the wrong pick.
All right, now we got Jalen Carter going to the Eagles at pick 10 out of Georgia. Could have been the first overall pick at one point. He was being mocked that way before the trade. I was just reading today, he is currently not interviewing with any team that's picking outside the top 10. So he's feeling very confident. He has the legal issues, so that's a bit of a dark cloud over him. What do you guys think? What do you think? Because the Eagles lost a whole bunch of dudes.
Yeah, especially on the defensive line. It seems like this was the right spot, and it seems like at pick 10, the risk is worth it. But yeah, I'm someone, and this is GM Jordan. If they're risky, I just don't want them. Like, I don't need that for my organization. I don't need that. And so even if you might miss out on someone who would be awesome, it's just some of that stuff, some of that baggage that comes. And like you've heard, like there's been a lot of reports that he's like not good at practice. He doesn't really he's not a good teammate in the locker room. And then there's all this legal stuff. So there's kind of all these yellow flags all over the place. It's just, for me, it's too much. So I probably wouldn't take him. But at pick 10, I mean, that's a good value for someone who people thought could be the number 1 overall pick.
That's all I got to say about it, too. Everything that Jordan had to say, so.
Helpful. All right, cool.
Well, we're already at 34 minutes, I thought I'd keep it going.
He's just super talented. I mean, you could plug him in right next to Jordan Davis from last year, and You could have just
his fellow Georgia linemen.
They also took
just old buddies.
They also took Nakobe Dean last year.
So look at that.
All the Georgia. Yeah. This is Arizona is picking here from that Tennessee Titans trade. They took Lucas Van Ness, Iowa edge rusher. Really good. I really like him. I guess I'll have to do a little bit more research on what Arizona needs, but I think it's just, this is a solid pick where you just like plug them in and then don't worry about it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's not super exciting, it's not super flashy, you know. It's just, yeah, I guess. Right?
Well, and they lost Zach Allen.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Up in free agency. So he's a very good player. I think he's a plug and play guy right away, like you said. So I mean, it's just a good value pick.
Here's where I think where we could get our first rookie receiver in drafts, where they, you know, who would be taken first. Quentin Johnson out of TCU would going 12 to the Texans. So he would immediately probably become wide receiver 1. He'd in this mock draft he'd have C.J. Stroud throwing to him or Case Keenum. What do you guys think? I mean, he's big, he's quick.
So watching him in that Michigan game, dude's a stud.
Yeah,
like he is an absolute beast. And I agree with everything you said about him being receiver 1 immediately. And I think he'll have a really productive year no matter where he goes. Obviously, questions with Stroud or Young, like, will they produce right away? But it doesn't matter. His value is going to be really high.
Yeah, you could compare it to Garrett Wilson from last year, right? He started off kind of slow, but towards the end of the year, he was killing it, and that's what I could see here.
Right.
I think you could see Quentin Johnson in this scenario, his ADP this summer being pretty high, actually. You know, I'm never a big fan, especially in redraft leagues, of taking rookie receivers super high, but
he's the number 1.
Yeah,
you know?
He's the number 1.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if this pick came to be. Like, DeMeco Ryans is defensive head coach. There's no way they go through 2 first-round draft picks and they don't pick up a defensive player. Their defense is bad in Houston. I can't envision this as being the case. My dream scenario here would be that they take C.J. Stroud number 2, and then the Bears don't take Jackson Smith-Njigba, so he ends up there. And then you get the Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow combo again, which that's a dream. That's the NFL's script. It would be perfect for that, and I love it. But I would be shocked if they took a wide receiver here. They're taking a quarterback at number 2. They're taking someone on defense here at number 12.
All right, we got pick. Good insight. See, look at that. He gave you a nice little pat on the shoulder right there. Pick 13. Let's keep it cooking here. Kalisha Cansey. Am I saying that right? Maybe. Defensive line out of Pittsburgh going to the Jets. I don't have much to say about this. I know they have Quinnen Williams on the defensive line. I don't really know too much about how their defensive situation for the Jets. It doesn't surprise me. They got Robert Saleh, defensive-minded coach. This is a big pick though. Packers want it for Aaron Rodgers, so it'll be.
I was going to say this won't be a Jets pick.
Well, I think it will be a Jets pick. I don't think they get the first-round pick, but it'll be interesting to see, right?
So if Jake is right and they get the second-round pick for Rodgers or whatever, Rodgers don't want a rookie receiver, so.
Well, they can't draft. They have all the Packers receivers already.
Right. Just waiting on Randall Cobb, though.
Oh, yeah. Here's a fun one, and we'll hit the chat. There's a good question. What happens if things go nuclear here, right? And the Packers just dig their feet in, and the Jets won't have it. And what if the Packers don't trade Rodgers to the Jets? Should they go quarterback here?
No. Tank. Start Zach Wilson every game.
I 100%
win 0 games and get Caleb Williams.
Yep. Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tank.
I wouldn't even start Zach Wilson. Bring back Joe Flacco. Go trade for Case Keenum. Bring him out there. Just play the worst available player. All right. We'll go to pick 14. We got Deonte Banks. He is a corner out of Maryland. going to the Patriots. It's a good pick. Like they need cornerback help. McCourty just retired. I mean, he's a safety, but still, it would be a very Patriots pick, not helping their offense at all. And this is why Bill Belichick needs to be done. He's not a bad player. I shouldn't, it's not that. It's just that, the Patriots have such a stale offense that,
I heard they were shopping Mac Jones.
Yeah. Yes, I heard that too.
So look out. Lamar Jackson, another great trade, another great pick to get rid of for Lamar Jackson.
Bill Belichick would never want
Lamar. This draft is just littered with places that I would send my pick away to get Lamar Jackson in a heartbeat.
All right, let's go. Let's move a little quick going through here. We got pick 15. The Packers are taking Peter Skonensky, offensive tackle out of Northwestern. They need line help as well. This is, as a Packer fan, every time they talk about taking an offensive lineman the first round, you're like, ugh. I feel like they've done that 100 times. But I think he would be a plug and play player. You start him at right tackle for a year, and then because David Bakhtiari will be here this upcoming year for sure. And then if Bakhtiari were to leave next year, you could flip him over to the left tackle. So, I'm pretty sure he's pretty versatile as well. So. Any thoughts on an offensive tackle on this?
Woohoo!
Yeah, okay.
But it's not a bad choice for like Jordan Love, new quarterback. Giving him that protection he needs. I'd love to see one of those tight ends taken here.
Yeah,
selfishly, and for a fantasy.
Is it the Notre Dame tight end?
Yeah.
It just makes good football sense to take a offensive tackle there.
Yeah. I don't have to like it, but
I like Adam. What's the Notre Dame tackle or tight end?
Michael
Mayer. Yep.
And then
here's the thing: they might be able to get him in the second. I don't know if guys will pull the trigger.
Without looking, I'll guarantee you he's drafted in this mock draft.
Interesting.
Without looking.
No, I think he'll be a first round pick, but I think teams also. It wouldn't shock me if he slid either.
That's true.
People have the guy from Utah, Kincaid,
I
ahead of him too. So yeah, I think it just depends.
I think Mayer to Green Bay would possibly have some fantasy relevance because Green Bay has no tight end right now. They have Tyler.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I was excited about.
I'd be a closet Packer fan if that happened.
All right, pick 16, Christian Gonzalez going to Washington. It's fine. I don't really have much to say about these defensive guys, if I'm being honest.
I think that's kind of low for him. I think he'll probably go higher. This corner.
All right,
but
it's a good pick. I think they're committed to doing the Jacoby Brissett, Sam Howell thing for a year because I think they're also tanking for Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
So
go Jacoby Brissett, baby.
I like this next pick 17, Broderick Jones out of Georgia, offensive tackle, getting Kenny Pickett some protection because I think Kenny Pickett showed enough last year to invest a few more years. Sorry, I just scrolled. So let's just move on to the next one. Pick 18, we got the Lions taking Bijan Robinson. So, Bijan Robinson, if you know nothing about him, is from Texas and is really, really, really good.
He's a beast.
He is beast. He is the first overall dynasty pick, no matter what. In redraft leagues, he will probably this is like a Saquon situation where he might go in the first round, and he's a rookie. But is he a first round pick? A second round pick? Second round pick if he goes to Detroit, Jordan.
What? This would be crazy. They just signed David Montgomery to a 3-year deal. They already have DeAndre Swift, and then they would get Bijan Robinson for what?
Yeah, that's awesome.
To make Jared Goff not even they don't even need him. All they're doing is just handing it off.
Team formation, baby. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, it'd be absolutely crazy. They'd have to trade. Maybe they're trading Swift. They would have to do something in their backfield to make me feel. Even if you're trading
Swift, you just you're paying Montgomery $30 million. You can't
You're right. It just I can't think of a reason that this would happen. Adam, they need more defensive help.
Adam, what is your ideal spot for Bijan Robinson? I think it's for me. While you think about it. And I think it is the best spot. It's Philadelphia.
Or Tampa Bay.
Or Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
I like Philadelphia more.
Kind of
I like Philadelphia more. You put him in that offense, he can take the job from Rashad Penny. And if he doesn't, we can just wait for Rashad Penny to get hurt. Yeah, to get hurt.
Jake, what I'm hearing you say, Jake, is he could have a Miles Sanders-like year.
Well, that's not what I'm saying.
A top 10 running back.
Okay.
That's what I'm hearing you say.
Jordan, great take, buddy. I love it.
What do you think of him to Dallas?
It'd be okay.
Yeah.
It'd kill Pollard. Oh man, it would.
It would.
I really like Tampa now that Jordan said it out loud. We talked about Rachaad White. Like, I'm a big Rachaad White fan. I hope he does well, but he hasn't proven it at all.
Yeah.
All right. But he's probably one of the biggest he will, in my opinion, be the biggest fantasy player in this draft. Before we got pick 19. Pick 19. Before we get too far into it, I did want to point out that Jamie jumped in the chat and said, "I'm a big Jacoby Brissett fan." Adam, I know that'll make you happy.
Hey, Jamie, good man.
All right, we got a big one. Another quarterback going, Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee, going to Tampa Bay at 19. Thoughts?
Wow.
What do you think?
He's a wild card. I really
like him as well.
I do too. And he could either be really good out of the gate as a rookie, or maybe he benefits waiting a year sitting behind Baker Mayfield. But I think his skill set is so good. And again, he played on a really poor SEC team in college. I think he could be really special.
I think the issue with this is too early, in my opinion. Hendon Hooker gives me the vibe of, it's pick 30. And
Does it say position rank first?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'm looking at it.
Listen, I think it's too early here. Hendon Hooker gives me the vibe of someone who it's pick 30 and they want to trade up so that they can get the fifth-year option, because I don't know how much he's going to play next year, right?
Yeah. Right.
And if you're not practicing and you're not, he's not going to be able to do OTAs, training camps, preseason. I mean, he tore his ACL late in the college football season.
Yep.
You say you like the Tampa Bay. I don't really, because if Baker sucks, they're going to throw him in there and he would have no practice. Like, he's a guy that should sit. I like Tennessee. Like, that's a good pick or good spot for me, right? Just somewhere a little where you could sit more, but I think he has the potential to be really, really good. He's also a little older, like 25 or something like that.
Hey, somewhere Kyle Trask is going, what about me?
And I'd say, what about you?
Yeah. Yeah, Jake, I agree. It's kind of like this is a bad example of Lamar Jackson because obviously the fifth-year option stuff didn't really work out great for him, but how the Ravens traded up to draft Lamar Jackson. Yep, I think it's like a good scenario that we will probably see someone trading up to take him rather than letting him fall to them.
So but I'm thinking like later 20s, somewhere in the 30s. So, but we'll see. He is a wild card, really fun in dynasty leagues.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see where he goes. Let's go Mozzie Smith out of Michigan. Defense line, go to Seattle. It's the Seattle pick.
Classic Seattle.
Classic Seattle.
Well, Shelby Harris was only one and done there, so they got to replace him.
Pick 21, we got Jordan Addison out of USC going to the Chargers. Football-wise, I think that is a fine pick, right? Mm-hmm. Fantasy football-wise, I think that's a bummer. At least for year one, right? He would slide into wide receiver 3, and I don't think it would be easy because Josh Palmer showed that he is a capable receiver. So I guess it'd be good for Justin Herbert, more weapons. I just don't like the fit here. I like the player. I really like the player. Mm-hmm. He's a route running machine, but
maybe they're thinking about moving Keenan Allen too. I mean, if they take him there, I don't know.
Yeah, and Mike Williams is expensive. Maybe they're just trying to get cheaper guys on the roster, like long term.
Here's an awful pick, if I do say so myself. Darrell Washington going to Baltimore. You have Mark Andrews, who's older, I'll admit. You have Isaiah Likely, who has shown that he's good. And you're going to take a third tight end?
Terrible. And not even the best one in the draft class.
Yeah,
terrible.
That is not a pick for me. Not a pick for me. Yikes. Just yikes.
Yeah, it's a yikes. It's a yikes for sure.
I think the player's good.
Joey says in the chat, Darnell Washington to Baltimore. What?
Yeah, I think the player's good, right? But just yikes, man. No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. We're just going to skip that. I'm so appalled by it. Pick 23, we got the Vikings going with, what is that? Edge rusher Nolan Smith out of Georgia. I think a guy who could really go earlier or could go a lot later. Really not quite sure what to make of him. It would be a nice Vikings pick. Zadarius Smith has talked about how Zadarius Smith requested a trade, so they need pass rusher help. But we'll see. Dale Wright.
This is also a spot that I could see Hendon Hooker get taken.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
If he was still
that's
there.
a good one.
Think about that, huh?
Interesting. That'd be really interesting because Kirk Cousins after next year will be. You can cut him. So.
Yep.
Darrell Wright to the Jags. Love it. Offensive tackle out of Tennessee. You need to get Trevor Lawrence help, right? I think that's what you have to do. You get your quarterback now. Give him help. Or the opposite.
You've got weapons. They've got weapons, so yeah, O-line help would be good.
Speaking of getting your help, interior offensive lineman Joe Tippmann out of Wisconsin to the Giants at pick 25. So he'd be the first interior offensive lineman taken in this draft. Those are always guys that they get taken and then just are immediately really good, right?
Yeah, Pro Bowlers.
Yeah. As Wisconsin fans watching him, he's really talented. He's a really good guy. Really, really talented. And you get Daniel Jones some help, even though you already paid him way too much money, and that I'm sure that won't bite them in the butt, right? Let's go to pick 26. We got Sam Laporta out of Iowa. He's a tight end. Iowa tight ends, they seem to always produce. Going to Dallas. Dallas only has Jake Ferguson right now at tight end. Former Wisconsin Badger as well. Fantasy-wise, I think it's fine, right?
What's up with all these tight ends not being the two best tight ends getting taken in this mock? I think a tight end is fine here, just not this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Would you really see 4 tight ends go in the first round, though? That's nuts.
No, not a chance.
This whole mock is a little up and down, boys.
Yeah, it's getting a little bonkers. So let's just keep going. Jack Campbell going to the Bills, another Iowa player, linebacker. Don't have much to say. He's talented. Where he's it's just I don't know. What do you want to say about this one? It'd be a great fit.
Iowa had a really good defense and great. Jack Campbell, awesome.
All right, here's a fun one. Miles Murphy from Clemson going to the Bengals. That is so late. There's talk of him going in the top 10. So if he were to slip all the way down here, it's not happening. It's not happening. He should be going a lot higher than this. He is he could be top 3 edge rusher in this draft. Or defensive lineman, sorry. So, but hey, if he were to go to Cincinnati, love it.
Yeah, that's just the rich getting richer. Rich getting richer there.
Jeez. Let's do the last few ones. We got 2 more receivers. We got Zay Jones going to the Saints.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Jones. Jeez. All right. Zay Flowers going to the Saints. I think it's a good landing spot. With Michael Thomas, you just don't ever know. And even if he is healthy this year, a year from now, he should
got to move off him.
Yeah. So he should be taking over. I think you could definitely see some fantasy return from him. But it'd be later on in this draft. Dynasty-wise, I think he'd be a good pick, right? But redraft, you're not probably going to see it immediately with the Saints.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Agreed.
Guys, we're officially old now where we start seeing people we grew up watching. Their kids are now being drafted. So Joey Porter Jr., corner, he's good. He's good. I mean, I think he could go a lot sooner than this. I don't see him staying all the way down here with the Eagles. So I think.
Yeah, but the Eagles need secondary help. So if it's not him, they're taking someone.
I agree. I think
the Eagles let some guys walk this offseason.
All right, and then we got Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee, the receiver, going to the Kansas City Chiefs. They just lost Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't see it happening. I really don't.
They have to get a receiver.
They just got Sky Moore.
Sky Moore is a bum.
Cool.
Oh my god.
They have to have a receiver. What else does that team need? Maybe an offensive lineman.
Sky Moore is a bum.
In fairness, this is just like a luxury pick, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is just like, well, let's just take who we want. If he goes there, it's a great fit. Do you think he's immediately, a wide receiver 2 on that roster?
With Pat Mahomes, yeah.
No, they're always wide receiver 3s.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are. And then there's Travis Kelce, who's like wide receiver and tight end 1 combined.
I agree.
And it just boosts, and Patrick Mahomes will throw for 5,000 yards. It helps Patrick Mahomes, and it gives him another wide receiver 3.
All right, guys. So there you go. There's the mock draft. We're gonna do our own. We're gonna do our own next week, which will be fun and kind of interesting. Let's just run over the chat really quick before we finish up here. Someone said they like Myers to the Green Bay. Lions taking Robinson would be wild. We agree. Rachaad White is not good, someone said. John said Hooker top 15 pick. Which,
whoa.
I mean, that would be something. Someone said, I am a big Rachaad White fan as a top 12 running back this year. Bold prediction. I mean, it's certainly possible. It'll be really interesting to see where the draft goes. So, like, if they don't take anyone high, then sure, right?
He's the one.
We got some people who are big Hooker fans going to the Bucks. Someone said, if Baker sucks, when Baker sucks, Hooker will be great. Baker's going to be surprise some people.
Okay.
Still dying on that hill, huh, Jake?
Yeah, well, you know.
Dying on a lot of hills.
Here's someone. Jamie said, if the Chargers draft a receiver, I'm taking that guy in Dynasty. Allen is old. Williams is getting older and injured a lot. Agreed. I think he holds 100%. A lot more value in Dynasty leagues than we do redraft leagues. And, you know, typically that's where we try to hold it or talk is in the sense of redraft leagues. Let's see. Laporta before Kincaid is nuts. We agree.
Yeah, the tight ends. I didn't hate the tight end spots in this mock, but which tight ends were taken was weird. Yeah.
If Robinson and White on the Bucks, Robinson's the top 10 and White is the top 20.
That is wild.
Don, what are you doing?
Come on, Don.
No, Don, what's going to happen is we're going to go all offseason hyping up Rachaad White like we did with Marlon Mack. Then some guy like Robinson or Dameon Pierce is going to get drafted, and then they're going to just cut the second guy.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Pick up Marlon Mack.
That's true. I hate you guys. All right. Packers do something they didn't do with Rodgers and take a receiver. I think it's certainly possible.
That would be hilarious and the ultimate middle finger to Aaron Rodgers. I just want to say that.
I hope they do that. I hope they do that before they trade him. So we trade him.
That would just be the pettiest move, and I'm here for it. I'd love that idea.
And then John said he likes the Hyatt pick to Kansas City. He's a burner. He burned Bama in that game against Tennessee. That was a good game too. Well, there you go, guys. There's our mock draft breakdown. You guys can follow us on Facebook at the Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast. You can follow us or listen to us anywhere you listen to your podcast. We are live on Facebook, typically either Wednesday or Thursday. Thank you. We are live on YouTube, but we typically post the time on Facebook, typically someday within the middle of the week. We have a Patreon. If you guys want to jump into that, we're going to get into that. Or we're going to set those leagues up a little bit more later on after the draft. We're going to do all sorts of stuff, fun stuff. We have shirts. You want a shirt? You could either message me on Facebook or you could say something. Yeah, check out that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have shirts. So, and mugs. And mugs.
His face when you did that. That was great.
If you want one, just make a post or find the face or the shirt post is pinned at the top of the page. So pretty much everything. Go follow us on Facebook. That's the big thing. And on YouTube, if you're watching us right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button. The thumbs up button apparently is helpful as well. You guys have been killing it. Super helpful. Jordan, take us away. Bring us out of here because you have to hit the button. So
perfect. Adam, anything else you'd like to share?
Go Broncos. Go Irish. Go Twins. Now it's baseball season.
Oh.
And go Tigers, baby.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Be good.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
you're still here. All right, you're still here. We're good.
We're good.
What? No, it like pulls up on my end that like it was gone.
Yeah, I panicked for a second too. I was like, oh no.
All right. Well, guys, appreciate everyone hanging around. Appreciate everyone being cool about last week. That was just a disaster of a time.
We're not cursed anymore though, boys.
Yeah. Hey, we did it.
We got for now. Jeez, thanks for that. We'll be back next week, guys. Appreciate everyone hanging around.
John, I don't like that you put the Broncos suck right away in the chat.
Yeah, really setting the vibe. All right, my beautiful wife is going to yell at me because it is my turn with the baby, so we should get off here. Boys, it's been fun. Guys, thanks for hanging around with us. We will see you next week. Take care.